Venerable monks of the esteemed Wanfo-chan Temple and all our cherished Dharma friends who have traveled from the beautiful city of Qinhuangdao, a truly blessed and peaceful good afternoon to each and every one of you. Today we are gathered here in the sacred and serene confines of this magnificent temple, a place of profound spiritual significance and tranquility, to give everyone a brief Dharma talk, due to the current time constraints and limitations. I would like to discuss just 3 simple points. The first point, this afternoon we are holding a life release ceremony here. The lives we have carefully purchased include beautiful birds, fascinating fish, and various other sentient beings, each with their own unique characteristics and capacity for feeling. I sincerely and truly hope that when we come to recite the sacred life release ritual, everyone can genuinely and truly give rise to profound compassion for all of these sentient beings from the very depths of your innermost heart. I have observed that in these coastal cities, the creation and accumulation of negative karma is indeed quite a serious and pervasive issue. Just recently, when I came here from Beijing, a close friend of mine enthusiastically told me, "It's absolutely wonderful that you're heading to Qinhuangdao." He then went on to explain the seafood there is especially delicious and incredibly fresh, and the crabs in particular. This friend is not really a Buddhist, just an ordinary friend from the secular world. That's what he said to me. I replied, "I'm a vegetarian." Later he said, "Oh, I forgot. Sorry about that." So from this conversation, if we look at it from another angle, it's true that people in coastal cities create a great deal of negative karma, perhaps even among us here, including some disciples who have taken refuge in Buddhism. When recalling the course of our entire lives, all of our experiences, we might remember many rather shameful stories about killing sentient beings. This is also closely related to the flesh and blood of sentient beings. So, as dedicated Mahayana Buddhist practitioners, we must diligently cultivate profound compassion and deep equanimity, as well as nurturing a truly caring and benevolent heart to actively strive to save and liberate these truly pitiable and suffering sentient beings. This sacred and profound responsibility is indeed our inherent and rightful duty, one that we must embrace with unwavering commitment. Therefore, it is profoundly meaningful for everyone to actively participate in a life release ceremony together today. We all know that the compassionate act of releasing living beings can effectively alleviate all kinds of suffering and avert various disasters. It brings immense power to our physical and mental health as well as to world peace. At the same time, it allows us to attain supreme liberation, either temporarily or ultimately. Therefore, I profoundly believe that releasing living beings truly brings immense and immeasurable merit and significant benefit. Also, there are quite a substantial number of devout individuals who diligently recite the Buddha's sacred name and study of the Pure Land teachings. For those who study the Pure Land Buddhism, I also hope you won't use the excuse of mixed practice to slander Tibetan Buddhism or other Buddhist traditions. All of Buddhism is harmonious and non-contradictory. It is all the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha. Whoever diligently practices virtuous deeds and accumulates merit will ultimately attain true liberation. I remember that a renowned master in Chinese Buddhism, Master Hanshen, also expressed this. He said, "By releasing living beings and reciting the Buddha's name, out of 10,000 who practice, 10,000 will attain realization." Everyone should remember this statement clearly. In this way, we must both release living beings and recite the Buddha's name in order to attain liberation. If we only uphold our own sect and reject all other profound forms of Buddhism, not only will we fail to attain liberation, but we will also fall into the cycle of samsara. Therefore, for the sake of liberation, and for all sentient beings, ourselves and others, to attain the supreme and perfect fruition, it is truly important that everyone should work together in unity to practice the pure and authentic Dharma. This is my teaching today regarding the compassionate and meritorious practice of releasing living beings. This was the first topic I discussed. The second important topic that I would just like to talk to everyone about is Among all the profound knowledge and wisdom we diligently seek and strive to comprehend, Buddhism truly stands as the greatest and the most supreme. Why do I assert this with such conviction and certainty? Among all the diverse worldly philosophies and intellectual systems, it must be stated that the Buddha's profound wisdom and the Buddha's boundless, immeasurable, and truly great compassion are unparalleled and utterly unique. No scholar, no profound knowledge, no intricate theory in this entire world can truly compare to its immense significance. Absolutely none can even be mentioned in the same breath or considered on an equivalent level. Precisely because of this, I distinctly remember that in the ancient Agama Sutras, it is also clearly stated, among all sources of light, sunlight is the most supreme. Among all things in the world, the Buddha is the most honored. That is to say, among all the various lights in the entire world, sunlight is the most outstanding, sunlight is the most supreme. In the same way, among the countless sects and numerous philosophies existing in the world, the profound Buddha's thought and the boundless Buddha's wisdom are truly incomparable. No other philosophy or school of thought can genuinely compare to it. Therefore, everyone should strive to understand the superiority and immense benefits of studying Buddhism. After studying Buddhism, it allows us to attain true happiness. As I just mentioned, in this world, all real happiness and all joy are also attained through the Buddha's wisdom. If the Buddha had not taught the Dharma, people would indeed have always remained immersed in the darkness of ignorance. It is precisely because of this fact that the Buddha says in the sacred Mahayana Sutras, the Tathagata and all noble sages appear in the world to open the pure eye of wisdom and to bring everlasting peace and happiness. In other words, the Buddha and all the bodhisattvas appear in this world and truly come to this world indeed. For what purpose? It is precisely to open the eyes of wisdom for these pitiable, ignorant, sentient beings, to help us to awaken our pure wisdom eye and to fully comprehend. Once it is opened, we can see the true nature of all phenomena. We are able to perceive all the sufferings of samsara and gain the benefit of liberation. After understanding this principle, we can enjoy happiness in this life and even attain liberation life after life. So I think everyone present here, each of you aspires to liberation and seeks the path to happiness. However, we often cannot find the true causes and conditions for happiness. We are always blindly rushing about, toiling busily in our pursuits. In the end, we become extremely disappointed. Many people are like this. Therefore, within the profound wisdom of Buddhism, we can truly find a deep sense of peace of mind and ultimately discover genuine inner happiness. Only in this way can all major matters for ourselves and for others be effectively resolved. This is indeed the second important point I want to discuss today. In other words, the true source of our happiness is the profound wisdom of the Buddha. Through our own dedicated efforts, we should earnestly seek the profound, great compassion and boundless wisdom possessed by the Buddha. Only in this truly significant way can we ourselves gain immense and enduring strength. This is indeed the second crucial point I want to discuss today. The third point is that I hope everyone will practice virtuous deeds. Only by consistently practicing virtuous and benevolent deeds can the entire world truly be filled with an abundance of light and profound happiness. And only then can we ourselves always remain in a perpetual state of lasting happiness and contentment. For this significant reason, I distinctly remember that in the ancient Buddhist scriptures that it is said, if one practices virtuous deeds and upholds the 10 wholesome actions, then even a single person will be protected by hundreds of thousands of deities. A person who practices virtuous deeds, even if he is alone, hundreds of thousands of Dharma protectors, celestial beings and non-human entities, protect him every single day. We often see that the power of a single person who practices virtuous deeds sometimes far surpasses that of many people. Why is that? Because Dharma protectors and the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are constantly blessing and protecting them. Others also clearly witness his truly altruistic mind and spirit. With an altruistic mind, we can truly radiate a brilliant and profound light in this world. This is indeed a very important and fundamental aspect. Therefore, everyone present here must diligently study the Dharma. If we do not conscientiously study the Dharma, it regrettably becomes nothing more than a mere formality, lacking true spiritual depth. The entire community of followers also becomes just a matter of form. So, in monasteries, it is truly essential to diligently engage in profound listening, careful contemplation, and dedicated practice. We must effectively teach the sacred Dharma and wisely guide all sentient beings through profound wisdom. Buddhists here should not remain merely on the superficial surface either. We must regularly study the Dharma and engage in listening, contemplation, and practice. Listening, contemplation, and practice should be given top priority, and on this foundation, we engage in life release, reciting the Buddha's name, meditation, and wholeheartedly benefiting sentient beings. These are the most important things that we Mahayana practitioners should do. So today I am sharing with all of you just these 3 simple points here in this ancient Zen temple. I hope those with a karmic connection will keep them in mind. May these simple yet profound words also transform the suffering destinies of many individuals and effectively lead them onto the clear path of liberation. Let's conclude our session here for today. Next, I will carefully recite a few significant mantra lineages for everyone present and then conclude with a brief yet meaningful aspiration prayer.